Hello friends, and welcome to the video on populating scorecards. This video is a key for all your statistics on your cricket site on mycricklife.com. So I urge you to have a close look on this video, as this is the basis for all your cricketing statistics on mycricklife.com. In this video, what we're going to do is populate a score sheet against one of the matches that we have fixed in the previous videos. Now that we have populated the players, had some match fixtures, let's go ahead and populate a score sheet for one of the matches that have already been played. The match that we are trying to populate is the match against the Deccan Chargers. To populate a score sheet, we need to first log into the website with the credentials that we have used during the sign up. So let me log in as KKR admin and provide the password and hit the login button. Now once I'm logged into the website, I'll have a new tab to populate score sheets. As you can see, the last tab after the buzz tab is populate scores. This is the place where we populate the score sheets. So let's click on the populate scores tab. And the first thing that we need to do is select a match. We have a list of matches that are based on the dates. So we had 3 matches, and all the 3 matches are dropped in here. And we select a match. It does a quick Ajax and says that the match ID, the opponents, is the Deccan Chargers, and the ground is Eden Gardens. But the match we are trying to provide a score sheet is the match that's played on 7th of June. Once we change a match from the drop down, the site does a quick refresh and gets the match ID, the opponents, and the ground. So wait for the Ajax, and you can see that the match ID has now changed to 195 Kings 11 Punjab and Eden Garden. Now if I change the match, I can see that the match ID and the opponents are populated. So the match that we're trying to populate is the match that played on 27th April against the Deccan Chargers. The match ID is 193. The next thing is, how do you want to populate a scorecard? We have 2 options here. One is populate both the innings details, or we can populate just our players. What I mean by our players is that we have the batting and bowling details of our players. In some circumstances, we do not have the details of the opponent's score for many reasons. We have split the populating process of the scorecard as to both the inning details and just our player details. For this video, we will select the our player details. The both innings details will be almost similar to our player details. Just to keep this video a little short, we selected the our player details and we move on. Once we select the our player details, you can see that all active players are loaded in the first list box. If for some reason you don't see all the players, you have a quick reload link, and you can see that all the players that are active are populated here. If you remember in the video while we were creating a player profiles, we can switch the player from an active to a non-active mode that filters the players that are available for a given match. So if a player is not listed in the list box here, you make sure that in the player profiles the status field against the player is active. So I select the players and hit the green arrow button in the bottom. It will give me a small error because I'm selecting more than 11 players here. So make sure you select 11 players. You keep the control key pressed and select n number of players required. So I keep the control key and deselect Brad Hodge and click on add players again. Now we have 11 players for the match against Deccan Chargers. The next action is to select the bowlers. Now this selection is important because while we collect the bowling statistics, only these players that are selected as bowlers are displayed for collection of bowling statistics. So make sure that you select all the bowlers that have bowled in the match and hit the arrow button right under the list box of playing 11, and you have 4 bowlers. You have a small warning sign saying that you have selected less than 5 bowlers. This is okay. It's not a error. It's just a warning sign that you have selected less than 4 bowlers. We have given the flexibility that you can have as many number of bowlers. It depends on the format of the match. That you might be allowed to have a minimum of 4 bowlers in match formats, like you're playing 8-over format or 10-over format, a 12-over, 16-over, what kind of format you're playing in. So you can select the number of bowlers that have bowled in this match. I'll keep it to 4, and if I move down, we have some more match statistics to be collected here. The details that we collect here are the toss result. That's did you won the toss or lose the toss. Now, while populating a scorecard, you need to assume that you're populating keeping in mind that a toss result 1 here is that the home team or the team that owns this side has won the toss. In this case, if I select toss result as 1, that means that the Kolkata Knight Riders have won the toss against the Deccan Chargers. The next entry is the batting mode. Now, after the Kolkata Knight Riders have won the toss, have they selected to bat first or have they selected to field first? Now, post to target means that Kolkata Knight Riders have won the toss and selected to bat first. Chase target means that the Kolkata Knight Riders have won the toss and elected to field first, and they are chasing a target set by Deccan Chargers. In this case, let me say that the Kolkata Knight Riders won the toss and they selected to bowl first. That means that their batting mode is chasing the target. And the maximum overs for the match is, you can have any number of overs here. Let's say, and it's restricted to max 50 overs. And say overs here, and we move on. And the next line of information that's required for the score sheet is the runs that are conceded, wickets taken, and overs bowled. Now, this line of entry is to collect the number of overs that you have bowled, the number of wickets that you have taken, and the runs that you have considered in the overs bowled. So I say that Kolkata Knight Riders have conceded 165 runs and have taken 7 wickets in their allotted 20 overs. And the final row of information required is the match result, and that they have won the match, lost, tie, or abandoned. That's the values for the drop down. I say, unfortunately, we have lost the match, and the next information is the man of the match. Now you can see that the man of the match drop down lists all those players that are in the playing 11, and you can see here that we do not have Brad Hodge. So only those players that are in the playing 11 can be a man of the match. In this case, I keep that the man of the match is from opponents, and I provide a player name. Let's say, for the sake of the argument, let's say Andrew Simons has won the man of the match from this, and you can get some details of the match, like it was a great nail biter. This is the top level information that we provide for the match that's played on the 27th April against the Deccan Chargers. So what we've done so far is that we have selected a match, we have selected playing 11 for the given match, we have selected the bowlers that have bowled in this match, the toss result, what was the batting mode, the maximum overs for the match, the runs conceded, wickets taken, overs bowled, and the match result, and the man of the match, and some other details. So let's click on Save and Proceed. Once we click on Save and Proceed, a small Ajax runs to save all these match details and move on to the next level of information that's required. And as we have selected that the population of the scorecard is just our play details, we move into the batting details. Although we have selected that we are chasing a target, but then we're just trying to collect the batting details first and then the bowling details.